Howdy guys, Radio Magic here. I hope you're all having a fantastic morning, day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are and whatever you are up to. Today, we're back playing some more Best of One in Historic, but before that, I just have a few quick channel updates for anyone who hasn't seen these already. Just to let you know, I upload a new video every single day. On Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, we're currently playing Standard and Historic, and it's a Monday today, so we're back with some Historic. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are continuing our mini-series on the channel with how viable is Control in the Historic meta. We've done Jeskai, we've done Azorius, we've done Bant, we've done Grixis, we've done Esper, we've done tons of these, so stay tuned for them. It's also Tuesday tomorrow, so for anyone who didn't know the days of the week, and another Control deck, so stay tuned for that if you love Control as much as I do. And if you're not interested in Constructed at all, let's say you're a draft fan, like me as well, all weekend, every weekend, we are drafting, since I love drafting so much, and Kaladesh has been so much fun, and Zendikar Rising as well, so we're mixing it up between the two, but draft weekend every Saturday and Sunday. So we have the channel updates out of the way. Let's jump into what we are up to in today's video with Torrential Tower. So pretty self-explanatory, well, it's not self-explanatory, but what the two cards in the deck we've built this around. For anyone who already knows what these cards do, go down into the description now and you can check out the timestamps for the video, since you can just jump straight into some games, spoiler free, there's no results down there. But if you don't want to hear me go through a deck tech, then go down there now. But for anyone who does want to hear a deck tech, I'm going to jump through that real quick now. Essentially, Torrential Tower is built around two key cards. Dynavolt Tower, something that was re-released in Kaladesh Remastered. Interesting, when I first played Magic, I started in Ixalan. Dynavolt Tower, when I played against the first ever Control deck I played against, when I went to my FNM, it was built around Dynavolt Tower, and this always felt like the most OP card during Standard, so we're revisiting in Historic to see if it's any good. But a 3-mana artifact that whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get 2 energy, and then you can tap it to pay 5 energy. To deal 3 damage to any target. So the plan is to burn our opponent out, and we have a few other cards in the list that can help us do that. So 4 Dynavolt Towers, and then the other part is Torrential Gearhulk. So we're only running 2 Gearhulks since we're only on 24 lands, I believe. We are running 4 Ops and like Search Canter and 2 Glimmers, but 2 Torrential Gearhulks, and this is essentially taking advantage of the instants in the list, since we have a ton of instants, so why not take advantage of Gearhulk at the top of the curve, since Dynavolt Tower wants us to cast tons of instants and sorceries. So essentially the list is, I'll go through it real quick. We have 4 Ops on the 1-drop slot. This is an instant that's going to trigger our Dynavolt Tower. We can get it back with Torrential Gearhulk, though if we're getting this back with Torrential Gearhulk, we're probably not in a great situation. But yeah, Dynavolt Tower just generates 2 energy. Search Canter is our main form of card advantage in the late game. It's going to keep scrying us towards relevant bits, and then as Canter the Sunken Ruin in the end game is gonna completely take over if our opponent gives us enough time. Then we have some light interaction with Heartless Act and Harness Lightning. So Harness Lightning is one of the main reasons we're playing red along with our counterspell. And yeah, it's pretty good. It gains us some energy. It can generate 3 energy, and then if it were shooting like a 1 power creature or 1 toughness creature or 2 toughness creature, then we can actually generate more energy for our Dynavolt Tower. And if we have a tower down, Harness Lightning is going to gain us 2 additional energy, so this can potentially deal 5 damage to something. So quite a bit of synergy in the list, and it's just on theme. We're also running Brazen Borrowers, since they on one half are an instant that trigger our Dynavolt Tower, but on the other side they're essentially like a 3 damage burn spell if we can get it in for just 1 hit. So the idea of this list is we are trying to burn our opponent out. There was an argument between playing instead of Heartless Acts like Bone Crusher Giants or Lightning Strikes for further burn, but I thought I'd rather go with the flexibility of Heartless Act. But Brazen Borrowers, really good synergy in the list, something we can use on our Dynavolt Tower to power it up a bit, or we can play it as a threat that can sort of smack our opponent a few times. We're also then running 2 Soul Shatters as just some more interaction. If you've been following the Control series at the moment with how viable is Control in the Historic meta, I've been really high on the Control lists that are running black, and I've been running some number of Soul Shatters, so we're going to run some today to see how they work out. So when I was playtesting this deck as well, I found myself dying to aggro quite a lot, so I've added in 2 Essence Extractions. These, I don't know if these are going to be necessary, it depends on what you're coming up against loads. I'd really rather not run Essence Extraction, but I'm just playing against so much Control that I feel like this is worth doing. It can normally buy us a bit of time, and yeah, we just need to power up our Dynavolt Tower against aggro, and we can burn them out. I think I said aggro. This is why we're running Essence Extraction against aggro. Our counterspell of choice has actually gone with Ionize. It's not something that normally sees play in any format, really. You normally go over a different counterspell if you're running blue. You'd rather go Disallow or the Cycling counterspell. yeah, the loads of stuff. Absorb if you're in Azorius. But we've gone with Ionize for the fact that it deals 2 damage to the opponent. We are trying to burn our opponent out. So with between Brazen Borrower and Dynavolt Tower, we're hoping to chip away our opponent's life total. And Ionize can help do that. Also, opponents are shocking themselves quite a bit at the moment. They're running Fort Caesars. So the 2 damage really does add up with Ionize. If this can just deal 2 or 4... even 6 damage over the course of a game, then that is enough for us. Then we have Dynavolt Towers on the 3-drop slot. When they're running 2 Glimmer of Genuses as something that can draw us cards, scry us so it can dig 4 deep, and gain us a little bit of energy on top. So it's sort of on theme at the same time. And we can Torrential into Glimmer, which is always a really good play. This was really powerful in Standard, so you can see the nostalgia sort of coming through for anyone who played when this set was released, since a lot of these cards were released at the same time. And yeah, there was a lot of synergy with them. So Glimmer goes really well with Tower as well as Torrential Gearhulk. Our board wipe of choice is Extinction Event. We are running quite a few, well, we're running a few creatures in the list. So Extinction Event not as good as it normally is. But still, we definitely want access to this. I'm a solid believer that this is much stronger than Languish. So we're going with Extinction Event instead. And then we're running our 2 Torrential Gearhulks. As for the mana basis, we're running actually quite a bit of utility in here. So the mana basis is by no means... perfect. There's quite a few errors with it, I believe. We got screwed quite a few times on mana. I think we're running 24 lands with 4 opts, like I said, and 2 Search-Fuzz counters. But we're running Temples in there, Fetid Pools, Ether Hubs for some fixing, also to gain us some more mana, gain us some more energy for Dynavolt Tower, since 2 instants of sorceries is 4 energy, but the Aether Hub can be the 5th. And then, yeah, we need to run a few red sources as well, just to cast our Harness Lightning and Ionize, but we're mainly Dimir at heart. Probably need to play around with the mana basis a little bit more to fix it. I felt like we didn't have enough shock lands for our check lands. Maybe the temples are too much. But yeah, that is essentially the list. So we're cheating a little bit today with this is basically a control list that we're going to play in best of 1. I really enjoy control, and we normally save that for Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we're going to cheat a little bit and move a control list to Monday. But we're playing best of 1 anyway, so quick games. So if you guys enjoy the look of this list, or you enjoy the gameplay at all, I do have to remind you just to like and subscribe if you can be asked. If not, don't worry, just enjoy the gameplay, and I will catch you again at the end with the wrap-up. Okay, opponent gets to go first, and we're playing Dynavolt Tower in Historic. And yeah, this hand looks good. We'll keep. Both our lands enter tapped. But we like the value of tap lands. Hopefully we're going to find an untapped land. Ionize. Don't think we need this at the moment. We don't even have red mana. So, quite glad our opponent's not out of the gate too quickly. Do we want to... I guess both these land enders tap anyway, but if we top deck a untapped land, we'll probably want to go Tower. It's like a check land, so we'll make sure it can enter untapped. Oh, nice. Opponent's on Temur. Love seeing that Uro. Opponent's got like Nissa up next. Okay, so yeah, I think we're just going to shock in here and play Tower. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have an answer. Okay, explore. So, wishing we kept that Ionize on top now. I guess we wouldn't have been able to play it since we top decked the Steam Vents last turn. And yeah, probably want to play Pathway. Hold up Glimmer. Or we could bounce something or Essence Extraction. We're easy. Brazen Borrow is actually a really good answer to Uro. They get an extra trigger with it, but being able to escape each time is quite a lot for them. Yeah, we'll just Glimmer. Yeah, both of them look really good. We'll just keep both. Torrential looks good as well. Yeah, and lands fine. So we might just Glimmer again if our opponent's got nothing. But we're going to hold up this Ionize just in case. Uro is a little bit annoying with our tower since it's going to take a lot longer to burn our opponent out. They can now escape Uro, and I think we won't counter it, we'll just bounce it back. Yeah, we'll let our opponent have the trigger. And I think we'll save tower. If our opponent's in green, they might have like Nissa or something. So we might be able to take out her lands. And then we'll just play a Search Rascanta here. Just get the value train going. We can either Glimmer or we could just play out this Brazen Borrower. We've got stuff to do. But yeah, burning our opponent out is going to take a little bit. This is going to be a grind your opponent down. Which is hard as well with Uros. They do everything that our deck doesn't want our opponent to do, which gain life and draw cards. So, I guess let's just start dealing damage. We're not in any rush to Glimmer. Okay, so opponent's using it on Brazen Borrower instead of the tower. Clearly not scared. Yeah, opponent doesn't have many threats. Oh, we drew another one. 3 cards in graveyard, quite far off. Another Uro. Don't need either of these. We have quite a few answers for Uros. And I think we shock our opponent. Bolt our opponent. And then we can start stacking up the damage a bit better. So our opponent's got Neutralize. Think we allow this? Maybe we do stop it. It gives our opponent an opportunity to do something next turn. We'll try and stop it. I think having second tower is worth it. We'll see though, because if we get to untap, then Torrential Gearhulk is going to be quite good. Brazen Borrower is going to be good. Oh, opponent's got Shark Typhoon. Fortunately, we can just Brazen Borrow that back. Yeah, I think that looks good. So, do we just bounce now? I mean, we might want to resolve a Torrential Gearhulk instead. Yeah, let's just go for it. Also gives us a target for the Harness Lightning. If they make a shark. As a neutralize, yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go for the second one here. And yeah, let's just pass the turn. We could shoot the shark with the towers, but I think I'd rather send it a face since we've got a Harness Lightning. And we'll take the first 3. Opponent's scared of the Iron Eyes. So I think I like this. Searchlight Scanter would flip, but I think we're going to keep this, since our opponent could cycle the Shark Typhoon. And we can Heartless Act it in response. So maybe they just tap out here to cycle to make a big shark. And they do. So yeah. Then we get to power up the towers a little bit more. Opponent can escape Uro. And Essence Extraction would allow the second activation of the towers. We can just pass at the moment. So we're dropping our opponent's life total quite a bit. Probably almost certainly gonna, well, Searchlight Scanner's gonna flip either way, because we need the extra land, I think, for Torrential. Opponent has all 4 Uros, so getting further out of range. Very difficult to run our opponent out of cards with Uro. Let's go for the more expensive card. And then we could kill Uro here if we wanted to. Do we want to deal 6 damage to our opponent? Could we can Extinction Event? I think since we're going to flip Searchlight Scanner, we're going to kill Uro. And let's just gain the life. Or gain the energy here. I said I wanted lands, but I think we've already got enough lands now. Now that we did everything we wanted to there. Okay, so we got some damage going on our opponent. Torrential Gearhulk into Iron Eyes as well, or Glimmer. Okay, opponent's just passing the turn. So we shall just activate Searchlight Scanner. Soul Shatter. Yeah, we'll use up all of our energy here. Okay, let's go again. So let's opt for 1. Yeah, another opt looks good. Just opt is great in this situation. Just gains us so much energy. I don't think we need a Harness Lightning. And yeah, we'll still play this out. Yes. Do we want to... I don't think we want to counter this. Since we're going to clock our opponent faster than they're going to clock us, I think. We could also just kill the wolf. We'll stop in our opponent's second main phase. Okay, so they're tapping down now. Is this the point we want to kill this? Maybe? I mean, we can ambush it with the Torrential Gearhulk. We could play Torrential Gearhulk, play Glimmer. That's going to put us on 12, 13, 14 energy. Let me just wait. I don't know whether we kill it here. Because I think I'm not that scared of the ambusher. Especially since we have double extinction event. And this produces even creatures. Okay, Shark Typhoon. This is probably where we want to go Torrential. And then we grab this Ionize, and if this resolves, it's an extra 2 damage. Cool, might be about to burn out the quadruple Uro draw with multiple Shark Typhoons. Yeah, opponent's going for the next Shark Typhoon. So they're going to close this game away quite quickly. Oh, opponent's just going to scoop it up. Okay, yeah, we had quite a bit of burn coming in. Okay, on the play, and this hand looks okay. These lands enter tapped. I guess the pathway doesn't enter tapped, and it's our red mana. I think we're going to keep, since we can Scry Temple. We've got some really good removal, and then some card advantage. Aether Hub's going to be good. It's an untapped land. Maybe the deck needs more lands that allow our check lands to enter untapped. Do we just want to lay a tap land this turn? Yeah, probably. We don't get to hold up Harness Lightning, but next turn we get to go Soul Shatter into Glimmer. Oh, can take a bit here. Opponent gets a Brazen Borrower. Nice. So, yeah, we kind of got to lay Pathway. And probably just Soul Shattering or Harness Lightning, we'll see. See what our opponent's got, but kind of want to get both of these with the Extinction event if possible. So what, we just take 4 here. A little bit risky. Opponent's flashing out the Brazen Borrower first. Okay, I think that's fine. So yeah, we just take this. Opponent just wants to get a little bit of value. We get to gain a little bit of energy as well. And then we're just going to Extinction Event. And hope that that slows our opponent down enough. We have some removal next turn. Dynavolt Tower, I'd imagine, will be good in this matchup. Oh, nice. So opponent probably just shocks us here, and then we get to Soul Shatter. So I think we're going to cycle one of these Fetid Pools, actually. Yeah. I guess we can do it in our opponent's turn. Yeah, we'll cycle one. Okay, so we're not gaining that much life. We have some Essence Extractions. Opponent should have cast these other way around, I think. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but... Ooh, Extinction Event. They're both odd as well, nice. And then Torrential Gearhulk should be quite good with like our Soul Shatter. And we have enough mana to cast it next turn. Or we could just Glimmer if we draw like a 2-drop. Yeah, this is... Torrential can only get back instants. So we're going to have to try and like ambush one of these. And like cast a Harness Lightning. So we'll do this in response to the trigger. And yeah, I think we're gonna... The Soulscar Mage... Yeah, so it gets to shrink this a bit. But we'll cast this, targeting Bomat Courier. So yeah, before they get the card. And then our opponent can choose to sacrifice this one if they don't like the card in the hand and just swap it out. But I think this provides the least amount of card advantage. Oh, Tower's nice. We can Tower and Glimmer. So you just want to Glimmer here. I guess we'll see what we draw. Second Tower. We don't really have any card advantage at the moment. Need to probably bottom that. Searchlight Canter is great. So do we just want to shoot one of these? Maybe like the Bomat Courier? Or if our opponent goes to shock the Torrential, we could do it in response. Guess we'll just pass. Okay. That's our opponent out of cards. And no lands to utilize. So if our opponent goes to combat... Yeah, I think in response to the Bomat attacking, we will shock it. So they get one less card here. Okay, so let's get down the Searchlight Canter. And then I feel pretty good with Iron Eyes and Heartless Act up, since we get an extra activation of our tower. Yeah, that seems like a really good countable one. Yeah, and we should be able to sort of go off here, maybe. Since we just get to sort of shoot down our opponent's threats. And I think we'll just hold the Heartless Act at the moment. Yeah, Library, Transform. Yeah, and I think we can start attacking here. We'll Heartless Act the Burning Tree Emissary. And then Searchlight Canter is going to pull us over. So yeah, we'll take 2. Yeah, I like Opt. I think we just want cheap stuff now to go with the tower. And if we find any other towers, that'd be great. Speeds up this process. Yeah, second tower's good. So yeah, should have this locked down now, especially with the burn of Iron Eyes as well. It does stack up. Yeah, opponent can have that. We have tons of removal. Oh yeah, we'll take another tower. Let's play tower. Activate Searchlight Canter. Oh, nothing. Okay, let's lay this out so we can definitely play Iron Eyes. And I think we're happy to just take the 2. If our opponent plays, we're probably going to counter pretty much anything our opponent does. Okay, so Ramanap Ruins. So that's a shock. Unfortunately, this Iron Eyes is not a disallow. So don't want to miss again on the Searchlight Canter. Okay, Essence Extraction is really good. We're not going to waste any time. Let's just go for it. And yeah, triple Dynavolt Tower here. And we get to gain 3 life. I mean, I think this is just lethal. Yeah, I think this is 3, 6, 7, 8. So we're 1 off. Yeah, we'll counter that. And then, yeah, we get to activate the Dynavolt Tower 3 times. Shock our opponent in the end step. Pretty good. Okay, we're on the play, and yeah, this hand looks really good. Get to get all of our colours of mana, Searchlight Canter on turn 2. We have some good interaction in case our opponent's really fast. Torrential a little bit early for that. Opponent with the Llanowar Elves. Do you bolt the bird? I think we need to get land drops, and so we'll search our Canter. We might regret this big time, but we shall see. Okay, not regretting it that much. I think we're graveyarding this in search for lands. Land it is. This enter's tapped, unfortunately. So we're just going to pass, and we'll probably just kill what our opponent plays at this point. Would have been really nice to Dynavolt Tower there. Opponent's going to cultivate, so maybe like ramping into Ulamogs and Ugins. Normally what opponents are ramping into. Again, just going to keep hunting for lands. There is a land. It does enter tapped, but we don't need it to enter untapped this turn. And now, Searchlight Canter is getting kind of close. We need like a counter spell. We bin the Iron Eyes. Oh. What is this? If a source would deal damage to a permanent player, it deals triple that damage. Okay. So probably just graveyarding lands now for counter spells. That gives us enough to shoot the elves. So I think we do that now. See our opponent's on though. What have they got? But everything deals triple. So Petty Theft would be really good. We need to bounce this back up. Make our opponent replay it. Okay, Uro. Let's bottom that, and I think we're going to play Searchlight Canter out, and then if we have a card on top we want to keep, at least we get to flip the search. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ho ho. So this turns into a Gearhulk. So I think we have to let our opponent draw. That feels really bad, but I think we have to do that. These are odd. This is even. So hoping to find an extinction event. We've put 1 in the graveyard. Dynavolt Tower is going to be far too slow. Oh. So we have to cycle and find it. Oh, we can still opt. Harness Lightning. This deals triple, so 8, 16, 21. Yeah, so we can't take a single hit from these. Petty Theft actually saves us, doesn't it? Since we can just bounce the enchantment back to the hand. And just take 16. Yeah, just a measly 16. My god. Oh my god, opponent's gonna draw so many cards. Explore. Opponent definitely needed more lands. Glimmer. So we need to hit Extinction Event and land. Just to hang in. So yeah, let's just go like that. I don't know. Oh, fall into one. Or we name it odd. Fall into one though. If our opponent has the shock, we're out. If our opponent has a hasty threat, we're out. We are dead. Yeah, there you go. We're gonna die to an Ugin. Ugin Bolt. Nice. Good game, opponent. Okay, this hand on the draw seems okay. Bit of interaction with Brazen Borrower, can bounce some of our opponent's stuff back. They can also provide quite a bit of a clock as well, and then hopefully Ionize is going to slow them down. We'll keep this. Want to find one of our Dynavolt Towers. Okay, opponent might have a turn 2 Four.Vs. Forever petrified of the turn 1. No, just a birth. They might be on Doom Foretold, but they'd probably have Yorion as their companion. Dynavolt Tower's nice. I think we keep up Brazen Borrower this turn. We can't play Tower on 3, but we get to hold up like Brazen Borrower each turn and Heartless Act. Okay, just another birth. Okay, so it might have been good to draw, to have played our tap land last turn, knowing that our opponent's just going to play a birth there. Okay, triple birth, nice. Yeah, I think just going to pass the turn here. Just get down tower. Really like to start building this up. We'll see what our opponent has. See if they have like a Doom Foretold or something. If they do, that would be unfortunate. But as of next turn, we'll have Ionize up. Unfortunately, we missed land drops there. Or Cavalier. So when it dies, you get to return an artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard. Okay, so they get back a birth. I think we just passed the turn. We've got Heartless Act, we can Brazen Borrower or Ionize. Need to find another tower now. And I think we're going to take the first 4. And maybe flash in the Brazen Borrower in the end step. Kaya. Do we care about Kaya? I guess it switches off our Search Canter. We can just like bounce it back in the end step. Do we just Ionize here? Just Ionize. Yeah, Search Canter is going to matter, I think. We could have also flashed in Brazen Borrower if our opponent minused on our Golem and then killed it that way. So just need to untap with Ionize, I think. And we'll start trying to clock our opponent next turn. We just allow this. So opponent only has 3 cards left in hand, and we have all interaction left. So probably going to flash out Brazen Borrower, and then next turn we can Heartless Act and Ionize. We can start hitting our opponent. They might have another Eliminate. But we can graveyard this for now. Want to flip this Search Counter. So they get back a Birth here, which is fine. And if our opponent doesn't do something we want to counter, then we can just flash in Brazen Borrower. And then hold up double Ionize next turn. Oath. Yeah, I think that's fine to counter. This will be 5th card in the graveyard. We could just allow it to resolve and then play out the other Brazen Borrower. And then we have double Ionize for next turn. That's probably better. Hopefully our opponent doesn't play something relevant here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so opponent's not playing anything out. So if they can't answer the Brazen Borrower, then I think we're okay. Since we have double Ionize and Search Counter is going to get going. Gonna graveyard that. Sort of guarantee the Search Counter flipping next turn. And now we just smack down with this. If we ever find a tower, then that should be quite good. And Search Counter is going to provide tons of card advantage. Yeah, I think we stop that. It's going to make us discard one of our counter spells anyway. May as well get the 2 damage off. Do we stop this as well? Brazen Borrower is our pressure. But I guess the Search Counter is going to provide card advantage. But then we have to play the Murderous Rider out. We can just stop that. And we get to deal 4 to our opponent. Soul Shatter. We have enough cards in the graveyard to flip Search Counter. Think we graveyard this? Let's activate now. Just see what we find. Harness Lightning. So probably want to save the Harness Lightning till we can get some like extra value. But we can just 2 mana to gain free energy. But I really want to utilize it with the... Oh, okay. Okay, so opponent's got no cards in hand. We have no cards in hand. But we have a active Search Counter. And we just found our tower. So hopefully the Azcanta, the Sunken Ruin, is going to take over here. Since I think we're just looking for like Opt. Glimmer of Genius would be good. Oh, this is good. Can we take... I guess Soul Shatter will answer one of these. And that answers the other one. So we just killed them both now. So we can Harness Lightning. I guess we just answer it like this. And we can trade 1 for 1 on cards here, I think. We have to trade 2 for 1, but with Search Counter and Dynavolt Tower, the card advantage should be alright. So just pass the turn back. Okay, Okay, land. Extinction Event's fine. Diversify the cards in our hand a little bit. Torrential Gearhulk is really good. So just pass the turn. And we can like ionize something. And then we get to shock our opponent. Get a little bit more energy. Torrential Gearhulk's going to beat down quite fast. And Dynavolt Tower is going to be really good as well. So I think we just want to target Torrential Gearhulk and pay 0. And then just shock with the Dynavolt Tower. Then we'll smack our opponent. And then we should have this next turn. Yeah, Ionize is going to do it. So yeah, we got our opponent locked down now. Just counter this. Yeah. Oh, getting there against, I guess, like Doom Foretold. It looked like a Doom Foretold list, but opponent didn't have the Yorion. Okay, Grixis Dynavolt Tower. And this hand looks really awkward since we only have 1 Swamp and 2 Aether Hubs. But I am going to hope that this Opt can get us there. So we're going to keep. I mean, if we weren't playing such wacky magic, then this is probably almost certainly a mulligan. But we're playing Dynavolt Tower, so we're going to keep. We're going to hope. So if we're against Colourless, I don't like our odds. Colourless is quite a difficult matchup, since it's hard to beat Ugins and Ulamogs. Now we've got to bottom that. We just need to find lands. It's good. So Temple's fine. Extinction Event, probably don't need this in this matchup. This is going to be a Ionize matchup, I think. But we want to get down our tower ASAP, because burning our opponent out is going to be key. But our opponent has like Forsaken Monument, I think it is. Fortunately, our opponent's not the best deck at interacting with what we've got. And they've got no ramp until turn 4. It makes me scared of what they have got, but Khan does shut down our towers. So Khan is something to watch out for. Hedron Archive, so opponent's first bit of a ramp. So opponent has 6-7 mana if they have land next turn. I think that's fine to just Glimmer, hopefully find a counterspell. Mystic Forge, so hopefully our opponent can't combo here. Nice. Oh, nice. So I think we still have to Glimmer. Yeah, our burn spell's a little bit small to take out the Metalwork Colossus. We're going to have to Extinction Event that. So hoping to hit an untapped land. Search for Scanter is going to be good, I think. It's a bit slow. Can we afford to keep this? Maybe. Next turn we can Extinction Event and Petty Theft the Mystic Forge. I guess it really doesn't put our opponent back. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with a land 9 mana. I mean, I think we need a counterspell, don't we? Gonna keep 1 land. And I guess we start going for the burn. What is this? Odd. So I guess we want to bounce the Mystic Forge with the Brazen Borrow, but we kind of want to do it if our opponent tries to Paradox Engine. So they got rid of a Mystic Forge off the top. So Paradox Engine come in here. Yes. So we got like Brazen Borrow response. And hope our opponent doesn't have a free CMC or less card in their hand that they can cast. Because our opponent will get priority after the Paradox Engine resolves. But if our opponent has a card here, then it's likely that they can combo. Okay. I am going to speed through this and let's see if our opponent can combo. Okay, opponent's giving us the good game. So yeah, here comes the laser beam. Nice. Took our opponent a little bit, but they got there in the end. Okay, Grixis Dynavolt Tower in Historic. And I like this hand. Search Canter for a bit of value. And Dynavolt Tower as our namesake card. We have to find some red mana for Iron Eyes, but should be okay. Heartless Act is quite good removal as well. Depends on what we're against. See if our opponent gives us time to set up a Neoform combo, maybe. Oh, what is our opponent up to? Big ramp. Think we graveyard that? So, yeah. Do we just give our opponent one more turn? I think so. We might regret this. But next turn we can removal spell and bounce or like counterspell. Opponent has like 7 mana available. Oh. Gonna graveyard that. Okay, so opponent has like a ton of mana next turn. I think we just try and set them back on mana. Just make our opponent do all of that again. And if our opponent taps this Paradise Druid, Dynavolt Tower will be able to pick it up. Not sure what our opponent's trying to do. Just gonna play it back out. So have some red mana now. So I think we play the Search Canter. This way, if we counter something and then put the card from Search Canter into the graveyard, we'll be able to flip it. Hope the opponent doesn't have like an Ugin or something, or an Ulamog. Ulamog would be unfortunate. Oh, okay, Hydroid Crisis. For 6? Yeah, let's counter that. Our opponent gets to draw 3. And does it even matter the Paradise Druid anymore? I don't think so. I think we're going face. Yeah, let's graveyard that. The Nyx build is just adding... The Nyx Lotus is just adding 1 mana. go for another Dynavolt Tower. I think we're going to have to... If our opponent has an Ulamog, they have an Ulamog. But I think we're going to have to try and go fast with this. So generating more energy, I think, is going to be better here. It looks like our opponent's just on ramp, though. Ramp as much as possible, and then Ugin or Ulamog. Like I said, Ugin's actually not that bad for us. I mean, it's bad, but it's not the end of the world, since our bombs or engine is colourless. Oh, no, opponent's just trying to add as much mana as possible. So, 4, 8, 12 mana. My god, what is our opponent doing? They're adding so much mana. Oh my god. Extinction event off the top. So I think we have to name Odd. If we name Odd, does that work? It would take these out, and then Dynavolt Tower gets to kill the other one. And then we get a Search Fest counter activation as well. So opponent's generating a ton of mana. And another one. So 15 mana available to them, so they can activate this twice. Once. Oh, they have the extra blue. So it looks like our opponent's just... Their aim is to... I guess we'll just take a Heartless Act. Just make a... Oh, I guess it has counters on it. Oh, no! I guess we take Extinction Event. But yeah, Heartless Act has counters on, so not happening. So hindsight should have taken the Harness Lightning, maybe? Yeah, our Heartless Acts don't match up very well against what our opponent's doing, putting a load of counters on their things. Okay, opponent's just passing the turn. I think we will save this energy for now. Probably just pass the turn. If our opponent does something scary, we can dig and then opt if we need to. Maybe just Glimmer. Get a ton of energy. And then this represents quite a bit of damage. Opponent's got the Quench. That is unfortunate. Let's opt in response. Yeah, and I think we'll hit our opponent for 6 here. Torrential Gearhulk would be really nice. And what do you know off the top? Let's just pass the turn. So we can Torrential into Iron Eyes or Glimmer. Opponent's going to scoop it up, but yeah, I think with Glimmer of Genius and the Torrential Gearhulk, and we can cast Brazen Borrower. Howdy guys, cheers for making it to the end of the video. What did you guys think? What did you think of Torrential Tower, Dynavolt Tower and Torrential Gearhulk combined with this many instants and sorceries? It goes without saying that this is certainly not a competitive list. This is not something you're going to pick up and attempt to get to Mythic with in Historic. But this is a lot of fun, and it takes a trip down memory lane for me, since a lot of these cards were in standard at the same time, and I used to play against these cards, and I thought these were just utterly unbeatable. Normally we'd have the Scarab God in here as well, which was part of it at the time, with Disallow instead of Ionize, but we're going for that burn aspect. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, because I really like this list. Let me know of any changes you can make, or maybe just straight up ways to improve the list. There's a good suggestion over you should just cut the red and just run like Disallow and a different removal spell instead of Harness Lightning. Maybe overall we don't need that extra synergy. We could also go down the route of adding more creatures. We could go into Scarab God and Whirler Virtuoso. Just a few other energy creatures that are really good as well. Glintsleeve Siphoner, another suggestion, but then we're sort of taking away from Dynavolt Tower, but they also generate energy at the same time. I'm not sure. Maybe we can make a more optimized version of the list. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And like I said, we have tons coming up on the channel. So tomorrow we have another control list. And then Wednesday and Friday we're back to Historic and Standard. And then on Thursday, more control and more drafting at the weekend. So if you're interested in any of that, then stay tuned all week, since a video every day, always some reason to come back and check it out. But yeah, I'm just rambling now, guys. Until next time, stay safe.